in the Pacific Ocean just off the coast of Mexico that's been closed to the public since it was discovered. But it's now hoping that tourists will give it a chance. Travel host Tabitha Lipkin takes you to a place that just 4 years ago was the last place that you'd ever want to be going. Take a look.
If you're really into unique travel and you want to visit a place that I guarantee you've never been to and you've likely never even heard of, come with me to Islas Marías Madre, which for over a century was a prison island.
But to me, that's the idea of the islands, that you can turn something bad or sad into something good for you.
Less than 3,000 tourists have ever even set foot on Islas Marías Madre, which opened to visitors last winter. It's one of 3 main islands that makes up an archipelago off the coastal region of Nayarit, Mexico. Now, a little history. This island was founded by explorers in the 1500s, and in the early 1900s, it was turned into an island prison, with workers making rope, salt, and shrimping for over a century. They even built this statue of Christ. However, due to corruption, the prison was closed in 2019, and the current president of Mexico, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, deemed it to be turned into a biosphere and tourist destination run by the Mexican Navy.
The people are the citizens. They deserve to know about history, and they deserve to know all the things we have. So he decided to make something bad or something maybe sad and into something joyful for everybody. So that's the idea.
I'm taking you with me through the halls of the old fort here on Islas Marías Madre. And if you're someone who's interested in coming to visit yourself, you might be wondering, well, how do I get here? After taking a 3-hour ferry, you will be here only for 3 days and 2 nights, no more and no less, because that's how long the tours actually last.
So the idea is that everybody can come and see a different kind of tourism.
The tours of the island do not shy away from its brutal and complicated history of pain, imprisonment, and death. However, the idea is now to educate the public on the past and turn it into a history lesson for the future, showing that a place once so full of pain and punishment can now be something beautiful for future generations. Walking around, you'll see that almost all of the sculptures and art on the island were done by prisoners, which range from those convicted of murder to political prisoners, which included famous author Jose Revueltas, who was held here and even wrote about the island in one of his books, Los Muros de Agua, in 1941, aka Walls of Water, his first novel, which was based on incidents that occurred during his confinement.
He rather to write, he rather to be educated, he rather to read. I mean, when he finished the stay here, he had a different life, and he could express that example to the world.
Islas Marías Madre was also featured in the 1951 movie Las Islas Marías, and real prisoners were used for background actors. Now, as for accommodations, there's only one place to stay on the island, which can accommodate a maximum of 400 visitors. There is one restaurant and one bar with one convenience store and one beach that's open for swimming. But there are a couple of different places to buy souvenirs. And this fall, it will host its first marathon, with hopes of having more sporting events in the future.
Yeah, so we're planning on bringing more sports events here. And we're open to receive you all if you want to come.
The old adage, those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it, holds true. But Islas Marías Madre is about hope. And right now, it's hoping that its new status as a tourist destination will keep its history on the minds of those who visit.
Well, from the islands, the idea that you can have hope, and that's what can take you farther.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.